morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in internet world. Welcome to another edition of Golden Independence. Here we are once again. It's a beautiful day. So here I am once again, exercising, time freedom. Do you have that? Do you even have the energy for that? Because if the answer is no, then it's probably you might want to consider that you're working not for yourself, but for somebody else's dream and passion. And that could be very, very draining. However, if you are at a job, but you find it that it energizes your soul, then you could be in an area that fits you because you're in an area of service. And a lot of people don't even know that we are that we as humans, there's a lot of benefits to us being in service, willingly serving, not slavery, but wanting to serve. Where we know that this is where we are supposed to be. We're supposed to be right here. This is us. I'm 100% all in. And if you feel that, then hey, give a thumbs up. Now this is just a quick little side thing while we're on the thumbs up. If you could just give a thumbs up, and if you've been to this channel and you've watched even just a minute, hey, how about do us a favor and hit that subscribe button, because that really helps out the channel. It helps the channel grow, and especially if you like the content and if you agree, right? If you agree with BitHarvest and Bitcoin and the Bitcoin mindset, and even being on a Bitcoin standard, you definitely want to subscribe to this channel, because we just don't see Bitcoin as a store of value, ladies and gentlemen. We see Bitcoin as a way of life. Bitcoin is a standard. It's a standard of living. And I encourage you, right? Even if you don't know, I encourage you to get on a Bitcoin standard. If you've been following me, you know, I used to be a part of a gold company, and the wording or terminology was similar, and even the news was similar. It was being dominated by the term gold standard, gold standard, gold standard. Yes, the world was on a gold standard way back when, right? Prior to Richard Nixon taking the dollar off that gold standard in August 15th, 1971, I believe. Now, this is not a history lesson. The point is that we're moving into a Bitcoin standard, ladies and gentlemen, which is the future. Now, here's the thing. A Bitcoin standard is supposed to be, now I mean Bitcoin, if you know Bitcoin and understand Bitcoin, Bitcoin is supposed to be for everyone, everybody, doesn't matter. Bitcoin is not prejudice. Bitcoin is not racist. It doesn't care what class of individual you are. If you have the technology to acquire, to transact, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And if you are watching this channel that means you are in possession of so said technology. Yeah, primarily. I mean, everybody has not everybody, most people in the world have a smartphone. People don't have homes, but they have smartphones. You get what I'm telling you, right? So this is why Bitcoin is literally going to be for it is meant for everyone. Everyone can have Bitcoin, can have Satoshis. Satoshis is what's going to be valuable, ladies and gentlemen, in the future. Yeah? Think of all the new types of charitable organizations and things that are going to be going on, right? With people who become the new millionaires of the space, and the new millionaires of the space will be those who have Satoshis. Yeah? For those who have Satoshis, those will be the new millionaires. And we are on our way to them. Especially those who have already been a part of. Now, side note, while we're talking about it, I'm not really, you don't really see me pushing the team thing a bit, even though the only way you can be a part of BitHarvest is through invitation. It's invitation only at the moment. I don't see it being anything outside of that. I mean, it only makes sense as an initial business model, and keeping everything, just keeping everything in accordance. It's like I said, it's about a Bitcoin standard. Like, think of it. Even when you think of how Bitcoin even started, right? It was like you had to know somebody. Like, like Bitcoin it was the ultimate secret party. The ultimate, hey, you know about that Bitcoin? How can I get some? You had to know somebody. You had to be invited to even get Bitcoin. You couldn't just like if you heard somebody just over, just heard about Bitcoin, overheard somebody else talking about it, you were not able to go and get it just like that. Okay? Because it wasn't out like that. You had to know somebody who was in that crowd. Yeah? You had to know somebody who was a part. You had to get in the circle. You had to, and then you had to keep up with the updates with that community. You see that? So the community grew through what? Through word of mouth, through invitation. So when people try to downplay MLM, multi-level marketing, and network marketing, you see, I don't forget. I remember when all the bankers and everybody, everybody in the beginning was saying that Bitcoin was an MLM, was a Ponzi scheme, right? Because they didn't understand it. They didn't understand that it was on technology. However, the behaviors surrounding it was very similar. Not even that it was similar, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. It was just like it was operating, the MLM. It was operating like an MLM. You bring more people in because it's an invite. You had to be invited to be a part of the Bitcoin community, especially if you showed interest, right? It wasn't like, I saw this product on TV. Let me go online and see if I could get it. Not from that store, but from maybe from the other place down the road. It might be cheaper. Nope. That's not how this goes. It's either you want to be a part of the community or you don't. See, BNB is a community. Ethereum is a community. Yeah? Solana is a community. BitHarvest it is building its own community. And a community, right? And a community of Bitcoin miners. This is the new wave of Bitcoin miners. Yeah? And think of it. What is the role of a Bitcoin miner? See, the miners play a very important part in the whole Bitcoin network. Not only do miners validate transactions, but however, the more miners there are, the stronger the network. The stronger the network, the more secure it becomes. You see what I'm saying? See, BitHarvest is for people who understand the Bitcoin technology. BitHarvest is definitely for the Bitcoin maximalists. If you're a Bitcoin maximalist, then you gotta be all in on BitHarvest. That would only make sense. It would only make sense for me, like if let's just say I was a miner, a regular miner, and put up all this money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It would make sense to pack up my operations. It really would make sense for me. Pack up my operations, sell off a couple of Bitcoin, right? And go all in on BitHarvest and just receive my rewards that way. You know? I'll just get 100 boosters and then and just relax. You see? And that way, look, I don't have to worry about my own maintenance fees. I ain't got to worry about paying the electricity bill. None of that. See, this is going to be a no-brainer for those who are struggling in their mining companies. So don't forget, yes, they're going to sell off, to stay relevant. So we're still going to see that dip, or not dip. We're going to fluctuate. But trust. Rest assured, by the end of the year, we're going to see 100K and probably way over that. Because with Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, we're going into benchmark territory. Because why is there a lot of hype right now with Bitcoin going to 10 million and all of this in 5 years? Why? Because of certain benchmarks when it comes to the price of Bitcoin, right? And when you're dealing with ultra high net worth individuals, right? Or even institutions. See, now we know that institutions have been buying Bitcoin. And as this year is playing out, we have the ETF, the Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs. And I already established that these ETFs and these situations, it's not really holding the asset. That's for people to trade and continue to place bets, but it's not. You are not really storing your wealth. You're not storing your wealth that way, because your asset is still in cash. Like once you cash out, you're getting cash. So if you're in an area where you're just getting cash, well, if your area is in hyperinflation, that cash ain't gonna last you too long. However, if you actually have the digital asset, and if you're in a country that's hyperinflating all the time, then when it comes to your Bitcoin has more value and it's protecting your purchasing power. So therefore, Bitcoin for the future, or even for the metaverse, it's more than digital gold, ladies and gentlemen. Meaning, when we're talking about the Bitcoin standard, it's the standard in money. It's the standard in security. Yeah? It's the standard for accountability. It's the standard for authenticity. Right? I mean, you gotta love it when the institutional players are eating crow. Literally. They're eating the words. That they now have to say that. I've even actually heard one of them say that, hey, Bitcoin's legit. And who said that? Larry Fink. BlackRock. The man from BlackRock. Huh? Said, hey, it's a legitimate asset. Why do you think he's saying that? See, now that he said it, that's the whistle. That's the whistle for all the other institutions. Hey, we're here, and you should get involved. And let me tell you something: the institutions can get it, people. And if you don't have any Bitcoin, I mean, come on. Even in the US, they have a direct link. Coinbase. It's called Coinbase. You think they're not calling up Coinbase and getting Bitcoin OTC? Huh? You don't think that they're calling up Coinbase and saying and trying to arrange, to get Bitcoin OTC? That is what is happening, right? They're getting Bitcoin OTC. That's period. We could be getting Satoshis daily just by mining. Make sure that you got some. Because you don't want to be 4 years down the road and had seen this video and you did nothing for 4 years. You didn't position yourself for 4 years, and you would have known that one transaction from 4 years ago is now worth 100 grand. Just one mining reward is worth $100,000. Just one mining reward. One mining reward. See, those who are already positioned, they understand this language, right? They understand this language. That's why when they show their back office and then they're showing their friends and then they show them this video, they show their friends this video, what it is I'm talking about. And then they show them the back office. And then they show the math behind it, that video. And then they show them the videos of all the major institutions in this world and governments. It's no reason why my downline is growing. And I'm not, and you guys know, I'm not even about a team. I'm about recruiting the coin. I'm about recruiting the coin. Hey, 10% of you signed up. Bless up. You see what I'm saying? And when it comes to business, what do they say? If you could just get 1%. See, that's my mindset, ladies and gentlemen. When you're talking about business, you gotta be real. I have 1,000 subscribers. So from a business standpoint, all I'm looking for is 1%. Just 1% of you. That's sorry, that's what I meant. I meant 1%. I meant to say that I do have 1% of it. Right? Yes. I, the fact that I have that the 1%, I already have the 1% of my subscribers are already signed up. So it's fitting. It's fitting how I'm titling these Bitcoin streams, because right here, right now, this is a timestamp. The people who are signed up right now, I could say we are the 1%. We are the 1%. So guess what? All you trolls out there who's watching, coming on, getting off, coming on, getting off. It's cool. When I say we, now you know who I'm talking to. I already have the 1% of the subscription base, and we are going to be part of the 1% because we have Satoshis, and we're going to have these Satoshis for the future, for our families, for our legacy. Because if you don't believe in BitHarvest, then you don't believe in Bitcoin. Because we could see that we have Bitcoin. You know what I like about BitHarvest? Is that you could swap. You could swap your Bitcoin right there in the wallet. Right there from the wallet, ladies and gentlemen. You could swap. You could swap for Tether if you wanted. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know what? I can't. No. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it no more. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Sorry. I wasn't ready. That's too much. That's really just too. It's too much for me. It's just too much for me right now. Yeah. See, you gotta be a part of it. You gotta be a part of it. And when you see what's going on in the back office, and when you see what you're able to do, man, in 4 years' time, it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get back to the 100K. Let's get back to this 100K, because the 100K is going to be the whistle to the elites and the 1% or the 1%. It's going to be like a benchmark, right? It's going to be a benchmark for them to say, oh wow, it's at 100,000. Okay, well let's see what happens now. They're going to be getting it and trying to sell it. They're still going to be testing it, but they know that, hey, that 100,000, that's a very strong chunk of money, or something that could absorb that amount of fiat, and you could store it on a thumb drive, on something as small as a thumb drive, and then wear it around your neck, travel. Nobody even knows. Nobody knows that you're wearing $1 billion around your neck, or that you have it on you. You're free to move about the country or move about this planet. We're talking about sovereignty. That's what Bitcoin is about. That's what Bitcoin is for. It's a nice look. I'm gonna show you guys something. If you're ever in Bermuda and you come across this red fruit here, Make sure that it is not close to the wrist. Make sure you're in a nice area like this. Yeah, because you can eat these. These are wow. Yeah, the flavor is really good, but it's the sappy stuff that like it gets all wrong in your mouth, makes your mouth sticky. But the juice and the flavor as well. Oh, sorry, pardon me. Oh, so yeah, that was good. So back to the ranch. Man, I'm actually gonna take a dip in this water, man. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, 100K. That's gonna be the benchmark for the elites to really go in and transfer many of their assets into Bitcoin. Yeah, and when that does happen, then that's when Bitcoin is gonna start hiking up rapidly, and you see what I'm saying? And to a number that we don't know where it's gonna stop. We don't know where it's gonna stop from there, right? We really don't. We really don't know where it's gonna stop from there because they're think of it. Think of the storm that's being created. Think of the storm. It's getting more difficult, right? It's getting more difficult to mine, to produce, right? Meaning it takes a lot of energy. Y'all either gotta have BlackRock money to start it up, right? Or you gotta have a whole bunch of money like Warren Buffett money to be to actually purchase a whole lot. Like let's say you wanted 1,000, if you wanted 1,000 Bitcoins, you need Warren Buffett type money, Elon Musk money, right? Straight off the bat. just to have like a nice little, tuck off position. So being that it's more of us than them, and that even if you took 1% of the 1% to move their money, to move their cash into Bitcoin, Bitcoin will be at some astronomical number. It will go up to something that we wouldn't know where it would end, and the knock-on effect would be if you could see everybody who doesn't even know about Bitcoin, they start to FOMO in. But the FOMO happens on an institutional level and on a global scale. So you got everybody just hammering away at exchanges, buying every exchange, over the counter, under the counter, through the window. People trying to get Bitcoin like it's nobody's tomorrow, right? So, hey, you could take note. 100,000 will be the first benchmark. When it gets to 500,000, that's another benchmark. But I could definitely see it going, speeding up when it gets to 1 million. When it gets to a million, what? Oh my goodness gracious! The world's going to be so excited. No, that's going to get the billionaires' attention. That's going to get that Rothschild money's attention, huh? That's right. That's going to get the Rothschilds' attention. Oh shoot, Bitcoin is actually a million, and this is what I'm saying. If you let them get involved, you already know. Well, those who've already done the research, they're already a part of this banking system anyway. So it's not like they need it. However, it's not like they're not gonna get it either. That's what I would call the final boss, the last dragon. Yeah, that system right there. And because there are already, it's not enough Bitcoin to go around, and the more it goes up, the more money you need. So only extremely wealthy people who have who have assets like cash, right? The only entities that would be able to get Bitcoin at that point would be the billionaires and the top 1%. So like I said, when the top 1% doors come into play, when they do come into play, we will all benefit. I mean, we'll be chilling. Like I'll be chilling because I've already, I've been mining the Satoshis, and I would love to see yes, even after 4 years. See, after 4 years, if Bitcoin is $1 million, consider what our Satoshis would be, huh? Let's give me a thumbs up for that. See, the Satoshis that we're already getting right now, imagine what your Satoshis, the value of your Satoshis at $1 million. When Bitcoin gets to 1 million, think of all the Satoshis that you're earning right now. What's the value or price, if you want to say that? What's the price going to be in 4 years from now? Because right now, it may look like 50 cents, or it may look like 25 cents to you right now, or it may look like 30, 50 cents to you right now. But guess what? 4 years from now, it could be 30,000. Hey, it could even be 3,000. Right? It could even be 3,000. But guess what? It's not 30 cents. 3,000 from 30 cents. That's a big freaking gap. Hello? I mean, come on. Even if it's 300. What asset if you spent 30 cents on something and then it turned out to be $300 in 4 years? I'll wait 30 cents, and then in 4 years it becomes $300. That same amount of Bitcoin is $300. Well, let's look at it right now. Let's just say, okay, well, let's look at it. 100,000. Let's just say right now, let's say we're at 50. Okay, we're at 50K right now. We're at 50K. So if you're seeing 20 cents, 30 cents right now, if we 10x 50K to, what would that be? 10x 50K, that would be $500,000. Okay, so at $500,000, that 20 cents, 10x, boom, that becomes $2. Right? Now, Let's do another 10x. 5 million. Or let's do simple math. 100,000, right? Let's just round up. 100,000, you're seeing 20 cents, 30 cents. Okay, cool. We 10x to a million. Now it's $2, right? We go to 10 million, right? Now it's $20. We go to 100 million. It's $200, right? We 10x again, 100 million. After 100 million is what? A billion, right? And we go to what? 2,000. What am I saying? The reason why I gave those price points is because that's what you'll get, right? That's what you'll get if you only did $100 one time, which is fractional. That's called fractional ownership. So if you just did $100 one time and you take note of where Bitcoin is now, you run this video back. Like I said, it's 50 cents now. But when you look at what the price of Bitcoin is, and when it goes up, and when you start 10xing, you do the same thing with the values that you get. And that's what makes you race to get a full booster. Because the more boosters you get, the earlier your increase when the price starts going up. Meaning the more boosters you get before the 4 years is over. So it's not, so you see what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm excited. But like my race, like even though I can't do the 100 and set it and forget it, I'm like, yo, I'm gotta at least get one whole booster, at the very least. I gotta get one whole booster at the very least. I don't want to be just. Oh, let me get I'll just do 100. No, I'm on a mission. Not even just one booster. I'm on a mission to get as many boosters as possible. As many boosters as possible that I can financially get. That's in my power to get. I'm putting every extra $100 that I'm got, right, into. If I get there, I'm getting straight into it. Anything extra, once I see $100 in my account, because I take my account to zero. I take my account to zero. I don't hold any cash. I go straight into zero, and I make sure that I'm getting satoshis. I'm not worrying about my pension and my government. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I'm doing this stream in links to connect with like-minded individuals. And it seems that since I've launched BitHarvest, I have accomplished that. I have captured 1% of my audience. And guess what? And that's who I'll be talking to. So for those who don't, right? So for those who don't, and you're signed on, hey, all I'm going to be talking about is BitHarvest and Mindbase for the next 4 years, really. And I'm going to be showing how with all the news, right? All the news, how it all correlates. How it correlates with BitHarvest, because BitHarvest is cloud mining. Or it's a form of cloud mining. It's decentralized. So I want to thank all the haters and the spectators for alerting people, because, you know, if somebody's really, really interested, my channel comes up. So I appreciate those who do videos of BitHarvest, but they're not even a part of BitHarvest, right? And then they critique it and call it a scam. Thank you. Thanks for calling BitHarvest a scam, because it alerts people to my channel and I show them the real deal. And now we could win and we could move on. So that's all for now, ladies and gentlemen. The heat's really getting to me, and this water's calling. It will be your turn one day. And remember, we all have to wait our turn. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the flip side, beloved. What's up? Peace.